In this video, we'll examine test estimation in the test planning process. A software test project involves effective estimation. This covers a number of perspectives, including analyzing the test project to identify what exactly needs to be tested and the level of effort and associated costs involved. Estimating considers the risks identified during test planning and analysis to determine the amount of testing required and the testing approach that will be used. Typically, milestones are established and testing end date is set just like any other software project activity. Effective estimation helps determine the type and number of resources required, as well as the scheduling of those resources, which includes people, hardware, and software, for example. In the process of estimating a test project, there will be a number of factors to consider which will have an impact on the testing effort required. First, product. The product itself is the object of testing, and the project documentation contains key usability and performance requirements that should be used to plan tests. Process. The cost associated with the test project is directly proportional to the size and life cycle of the test project, so being efficient here is a major advantage, particularly by using a process that allows for the effective management of changes. Also, using a structured, effective test process helps mitigate rework costs, and automating tests where possible can also streamline test execution and hence reduce costs. People. A test team comprised of reliable resources with relevant experience and skills is more efficient and capable of detecting defects in a timely manner. You just cannot afford to have a test team that can't commit to a schedule or has to spend countless hours testing because they don't have relevant experience or skills. This alone can place the success of the entire project in jeopardy and elevate costs. Test results. Using the test results to address defects immediately not only prevents delays in test execution and meet committed test project estimation times, but is very likely to have a positive impact on the successful delivery of a quality software product. There are two approaches that can be used to estimate a test project: metric-based and expert-based approaches. Let's consider metric-based approach first. The metric-based approach involves considering test data or metrics from former projects or similar projects that have been completed in the past. So, typically, this is a team effort taking advantage of the experience of team members. This is where relevant experience and skills becomes a real asset. When using the metric-based approach, there are two estimation techniques. First, a top-down estimate is derived at the project level and requires an intimate history of test project estimation with similar projects. A bottom-up estimation is derived by considering individual tasks or activities and accounting for effort, resource requirements, including hardware and software, and then working your way up. It's typically more time-consuming, but can be more accurate due to the nature of this technique. Now let's consider the expert-based approach. This approach takes advantage of an expert's experience to estimate the testing project. Depending on the context, these experts may be from a technical, analytical, or business background. And based on expert guidance, the test scope and the risks involved can then be identified. The process can involve not only the test team, but management as well, with the objective being to strike the right balance between quality, schedule, budget, and features. In practice, when these approaches are combined, a more accurate estimate is generally the result. For example, let's say you've received a technical expert's opinion on the test estimate for a mobile software product. You and your team can then take that estimate and perform a work breakdown exercise to estimate the individual testing activities with resource requirements, costs, and durations, and obtain a very accurate estimate for the entire test project. So in this video, we examined test estimation in the test planning process.